You said you're having a problem. Your canister is already deployed on the playground right now.
No, sir, it's not deployed because I have that error.
Oh, it's not deploying. Okay.
Yes.
But you can, there is a button for share. Let me show you. You can share even if it's not deploying. Let's wait a second.
Which button? The one for save and share?
Yeah, save and share. You can do that and share the link. Send it in the chat. Okay, let me share my screen so we can both see. Which function did you say is giving you? Let me see it.
The last one, flow.
Okay. Let's wait a second.
And then on your side, it shows there's an error with the division function. Oh. Oh, you are on mute, sir.
Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
What was the description again? Let's see. So we are here
The
on
description for the
homework
flow.
for
Flow
the
function.
Yeah. Let's go through it. Project. Implement which returns the largest integer less than or equal to counter. Okay, let's see.
Yes, it's like if the counter is giving a float.
Mm-hmm.
that float has to be rounded off to the nearest integer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Public function flow int. Okay. Flow does not.
Yes, that's the error I'm getting.
Yeah. Flow does not exist
In
in.
module,
Yeah,
in
exactly.
type module.
Yeah. So that's where you can actually go to the internet computer, right? And see the functions that work on int, and then see if int implement that function, and then you try to find another way, because you see like here, this is the int type, and so these are the functions which int the interface for int, and you see it doesn't have the flow function. Uh, after that, then you start looking for some other alternatives. And then yeah, I have a question. Suppose we are dealing with floats, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And here, this is the value we are working with. Actually, it's not an int.
It's a float.
Exactly.
So does that mean that, because I tried a different way where uh uh there where you have int, it's float, and then I put some form of code to convert whatever that float value is to an integer, but
Okay.
it was still giving me an error.
So I guess the first step will be to convert an int to a float. I mean a float to an int then, right? Let's see. Float. Okay, let's see the function for float. Yeah, we have a flow, and we have again to text, to int. So this is the one you should be working with, because again, we are dealing with the float. The function is the counter is initially a float. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's try float to
To
int.
int.
Is it counter? Let's see if this will do. The error is gone. Let's do another error.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so this
It's
was,
like when
yeah, I think one of the mistakes you just did was, first of all, like the counter is not an int. So here it was actually not going to work. And then
yes,
second,
I had it like this before, and it was
oh,
still giving me errors.
oh,
That's why I ended up having that int there instead
okay,
of the
the
float.
float.
I had removed the float dot to int, because I even tried the thingy, the text
Okay.
float dot to text, because I was trying out all things there to try
Okay, yeah.
and find out what could be
What
causing
could be the
the
problem? Okay,
error.
I see.
Yes. Yes, I had the int there because that's the final one that I tried out.
Okay.
Yes, but since that means in my previous code I put something that was not, that was causing an error, because even that one wasn't working. Float dot to int, then counter.
Okay.
Oh,
And thread exactly what to int and then counter. So yeah, try it like this.
yes,
And
sir.
and see if it will work again, and try to submit it like this, right? If it gives you another error, just let us know. Okay, let's try to deploy.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I think it read from yourself, but to deploy it should.
Yes, sir. I'm trying that now.
Okay, did you finally manage?
Sir,
Okay, go ahead.
yes, just a quick question. I did manage to deploy and it's okay now, but I'm not satisfied with how how it functions.
Okay, so
Like I'm expected to like produce a real calculator, right? That does all the calculations and whatnot. But
yeah.
the way my thing works here, even for adding, it only allows me to put one number.
Okay, yeah, that's let me.
Is that like okay or what? And then even for the square root.
That's okay. It's working with like one number at a time. You add 5, you subtract. Let me share my screen.
Because on my side, I was expecting maybe two fields there. Like I put a number, I put two numbers, and when I click the code thing, it
It
adds the
adds,
two numbers. That's what I was expecting to see. So when I'm seeing only one field there, I'm thinking maybe there's something I didn't do correctly or something. But if you're saying it's supposed to be like that, then
can you
no,
send
this is the one
yeah,
before
send the
I
updated one?
oh, I should send the updated one.
But it's
Okay,
fine.
just a
Let me
moment.
just
Yes, sir.
yeah, but that's how it's working actually.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it's
Okay, let me just.
Mine is like that as well.
Oh, okay, okay. Then it's fine then. I was about to say, yo, I have more work to do. Yes, sir. I've sent the updated one.
okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, what's happening?
Wait, why do you still have errors?
It
No, that's not the one.
didn't save, I suppose. Let's see.
Oh,
But it's
but it did save. It
fine. Wait.
said save and share.
Okay. But it's fine. It's a small fix. Means okay. Can you try to submit on the website and see if it will be marked
Yes,
as
sir, I can do that.
okay? Six, 32.
Wait, is it not supposed to show some form of submission successful or something?
It should at the top.
It should give you an error, or it should say verification successful, and you should mark the homework as completed. What did it show you?
No, it's not showing anything. It just says verify, and then the verification button changes to submit again, and then it just stays like that.
There's nothing else.
And there's nothing else. Let me try and reload. Okay, kicked me out now again.
Or maybe you are not logged in. I'm not sure.
Yes. When I refreshed, it's suggesting I should log in.
Oh yeah, so maybe your authentication had expired.
The session expired.
Yeah, the session had expired somehow. Can you share your screen so we can see how it's doing?
Oh, homework 1 verification successful. And then it says completed.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. That's great. That's
Okay.
great. So yeah, you can get started on homework 2. With the 30 minutes left, just wanted to introduce some new concepts that might help you in homework 2 and 3 as we go forward. Just for the next, say, 30 minutes. And we'll see where we will get. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. Desktop. Demo. Okay, terminal. All right. So you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay. So in the last sessions, Mr. Confidence introduced you to types, some data structures, arrays, buffer, and did what you did in that lesson. And then today I'd like to talk about some custom types. You can some custom types and hash maps, try maps, and a few other stuff. So as you can imagine, when you are trying to build a real app, you need to have some form of structured data, like table with some fields, similar to what you would have in Web2 database, relational database, or even the other one. What is it for? The Web2 databases. Okay, so I was start by introducing the hash map. I'm sure you guys programmers are aware of the hash map. So we have the hash map, and then we have the try map. Those are some of the big data structures you might want to use for or maybe an application that will scale better, because they are like also fast and on insertion and the retrieval of information. So to define a hash map, how you can do it is after you have installed the Motoko extension, you should be able to do some quick shortcuts on creating something new. So you can do, let's say, hash map, and it will automatically generate some code for laying out a hash map for you. And this hash map will be, let me import it. It stores data is in key value pairs, right? So the key will be text, the value will be a natural number. Then this is what it will be like. And then we have the try map. The try map is exposes an interface that is also like very similar to hash map, like the functions add, insert, delete, remove. And a try map, you can basically define it, declare it the same. Basically, declare it the same, and with minor changes. Like here, you don't have to specify a bound, a lower or upper bound for a try map, and you would define it like this. Again, this will be your data, the key, and the value. The key, the one you will be using to retrieve your data. So you can basically use this for almost anything. But the try map though is like more recommended, because the hash map has what they call an unpredictable insertion cost. Like sometimes when you're inserting data into a hash map, sometimes you might need to rehash or to rehash the table in the hash map, and that may cost some extra insertions cost for cycles, because on the internet computer, like when you are running update calls, they cost cycles, and the hash map sometimes it can cost a little much on the cycles you run, but something kind of negligible. But when your project is like really active and big, it can be a cost you may want to avoid, and by simply just using a try map. But yeah, so here we will be dealing with the try map. They are basically the same. The difference is a try map, like inside it uses the data structure. It uses a try data structure, and the hash map, it uses what they call an associated list. So you can, if you really like to poke things around, you can actually go inside the hash map module here. It's a class, and you can actually see what's going on, the functions, the table, the get functions, and so you can really understand how your code is working. You can also go inside the try map again and poke around and see. You can see here we have the try. That's the one that is that will be holding you and managing your data, function, put, etc. Okay, yeah. So that's what we have. So I'll just continue with the try map for this one. Okay. So let's say you want to create an application, you want to scroll some users, right? You will create a public type, or you can just create a type and then you can call it user, right? And then you give the fields. There's someone saying something. Okay, it's on Telegram. Age, not what else? Email, text, yeah. Now you have the type user, and then you can call this map users, right? And then let users, I'm getting an error here. So the key will be, so usually the key will be something like, for the internet computer, it can be the internet identity, the principal from internet identity, or you can use it as an email, whatever. So, but here it will be a text. So whatever it is, for this example, let's say we are going to use to be storing the users with their email as the key, and then here we put user. Right, that's it. We now have a map of our users, and then we can now start creating the basic CRUD functions. I mean, almost every every application that involves users, whatever, is a CRUD function. So that's the basic thing you will need. And so here we're just going to create the CRUD functions. So for add user, and this suggestion was something else. Let's just say tags. This will take the user, and then to the async function. We don't want to return anything when it's successful. And then we do users dot put, and put by using the key of email. So we can just say tags dot email, and then the rest of the objects, the user object, and that's it. We're done. We've added users to our map, and next will be get user. So if you wish your actor to be called by your canister to be called by other canisters, it's some as well, like to have some intercanister calling, you should use the keyword shared in your functions. And so you mostly see this keyword public shared, which means you can share these functions with other canisters. So let's create a function to get a user. Public get public shared. So again, it's something I had mentioned before. For query functions that are retrieving data, we have to put the keyword query so that with the keyword query, so that the internet computer will know that you are not adding data, you are retrieving data, and the function will run faster. It won't go through consensus. It won't need to agree with other nodes on the call, on the message. So here we put query, and then we are getting user by email. So we say user.get email. Why is it? Okay. So here I'm going to introduce another concept as well for error handling. There is what is called the result type, right? So usually when you're calling functions, you are usually expecting that it can run well or it can produce an error. You can find something or you cannot find something. So in this case, I could solve this by just using question mark to make the result optional, because the user may exist, or with the given email may exist or may not exist, right? But this is not really good practice. You need for some other functions that are somewhat complex, you need to really know what happened. You don't want to just get like a no result when there is no user, right? So for that, you use what is called the result type. There is the result type, and result type, result dot result. So this is how you declare it. So there's a result type. Let's look on what it looks like, or what it actually looks like. So this is the result type. It returns okay or an error, you see. So when whatever you're trying to do, your function is okay, it will return okay. And if it's an error, it will return an error. So here we are trying to get the user, right? And the user may or may not exist. So when the user exists, we want to get the user. When the user doesn't exist, we want to get we will get an error, but it will be in some form of the text, the error. So we can use a switch statement to handle these two cases, when a user exists or doesn't exist. So we can do switch with the suggestions. We can actually click here and it will put the particular code for you. So what are we switching on? We are switching on users.get email, right? So if the user is no, what are we going to return? We are going to return we're going to return an error with the text that's saying user not found, right? And when the user exists, we will return an okay with the user. So yeah, that's basically how you handle the result type. You handle the error, and then you handle the okay condition. And then we move to the next one. Update user. Right, this suggestion is wrong. Public. public shared function. This one we are changing the state, so it's not a query function. Update user. And we usually update user with the actual user object that you want to update. And an asynchronous call, we are not really expecting anything. So yeah, this suggestion is correct. Right. So you can see the update user is basically identical with the add user. But you may just need them as separate function so that you won't confuse yourself. Because what this put will do, if there is a record with email, with the key email that already exists, it will just override it, and hence that's updating the user. But if the record is new, it will just add it to the map. So that's for update user, and then delete user. Okay, yeah. So exactly, yeah, this is correct. So here we are having this error because this can be optional, but you can, for this case, there are two ways of solving this because it's complaining that it's an optional, it cannot produce this this none result, so it's undefined. So you can do ignore, it will fix the it will fix the error because it will kind of like ignore the no part, or you can use this function called delete. I'm sure it's in, yeah, delete will do just fine. So the other options you have, you can use remove, ignore, or just delete, and it will work just fine. And then for some instance, and then we want to get all users, obviously. So this is how you define the function to get all users. This is garbage. Okay, so we do public shared query function, and get all users. Get all users, and an asynchronous call with we want to return users for an array. You define it, and we want an array of users. So you just define it like this, and then this is wrong. There is an iterator for this map which you can use to convert the data from the try map or the hash map to an array which you want to return here. So you can return iter. You need to import the iter structure to array, and user.files. So to access, we don't want, so it depends on what you want, right? We just want the user values. We just want the value of an array of user values, right? So to get the values part, we just use vowels, right? If you want to get an array of key value pairs for the user, you can do this. Like if you want to get everything, so you can do text user, then here say entries, say entries. So now what you will get is an array of key value pairs. So depending with your use case, but usually in most cases you just want to get an array of the actual users. So yeah, that's it. And let's try to deploy this. No such file directory. Okay. And we are good. Yeah, we have our function here, user to have we call the user. Okay, we added. We want, let's add another one. Let's see. Yeah, let's call all users. Yeah, we have a record. Here we have Andrew and we have Enoch here. And get user by email. Let's try a user that doesn't exist. Get an error, user not found. And let's try a user that exists. Get an OK with the record. Let's update a user. What should be the same is the email. Then we can update whatever we want. And hit. Right. And yeah. Now let's get Enoch again. Let's refresh so we won't confuse ourselves. Okay. And we have it Enoch edited. He's now 45 years old. Okay, so yeah, that's the basic structure you might need for most of the applications you want to build. But there's another concept. I'm now calculating with our time. Okay, but that's fine for now. I don't want to take a lot of other time. But yeah, this is how you go about CRUD function. Okay, let me just do this one thing. Our time, maybe we just go over with maybe 10 minutes, not sure, or less. All right. So let's say you want to have some kind of access control for your users. You want to know you have some admin, you have some users that are not authorized for something. You have some basic authorized for something else. So you will need to. I want to introduce a type called variance. Variance, right? Variance will allow you to have. If you are familiar with the Rust, it should be an enum. So variants allow you to have one or the other, only one and not the other of the options. So let's call this type access control, access level. And how you define variance is by hash. You can do admin, and you can do what? Unauthorized, or maybe just user. Then you can have like guests. I don't know, yeah. And then you can have, yeah, the access level field, right? So now when handling variance, usually the best way to handle variance is with switch statement again. And in the switch statement, you have to go through each and every level, each and every option of the variance. So maybe let's create a function that tries to get that returns the access level for a certain user. So let's create a function. Let's call it public shared query function. So let's say get access level. We can maybe just pass in the email and it should be an async function, and let's return a result. Okay. So on error, let's return text, and then on OK, let's return text as well. Return text as well, right? And then so first we switch on user. Suggestion was correct. And we switch on user, and then if the user is no, we return user not found, the error, and the function will stop running. And then when the user exists now, what we want to do is to switch on the user's access level again. So we can do, okay, yeah, Copilot save me. We switch on the access level, and then for the case of admin, we return you're an admin. Or use let's just say a simple user. And you I guess test and why is this error coming from? Okay, let's see. So we have this. And something else. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so we have handled our variants. Is really what I just wanted to know how you can actually handle variants, and how you can set them. And also another thing, you don't have to really it's not like you have to declare them like that as well. You can actually have something else on this variance. Here their value will be no, but you can actually have something here, like maybe another admin object as well, which you can have somewhere type admin, which will be having some sort of other field as well. You can do this on variants, right? So you can just have them simple as this, or the variants will be other types as well, like this. So you are flexible like that as well. So yeah, let's deploy this and test it, and I'm sure. So we can text it to fx. So yes. Try it out. Let's run it. So now access level I'm selecting. This is, let's say I'm just a basic user for now. You know, MW3-Botswaanda save it. And then let me get access level. These are not found. Okay, because I had that. You are a simple user. Okay. Yeah. So you can imagine if I update it to admin, it will just work as expected. So that's it. Sure, you'll find this helpful in some upcoming homeworks. You can see how you can implement this, and this you can actually use this kind of method build anything else. A big application or very small application, this applies at any at any scale, at any scale level. So we'll thank you. We'll introduce some other content again. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, yeah, I forgot to ask about questions. Go ahead and unmute your mic and talk.
Thank you, sir. What you were basically working on is for like the back end, right?
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask, like, when you are doing it like that, does that mean that I have to be doing some form of database queries on the side, or does it allow me to do migrations on its own where I'm doing the thingy there.
Okay. So this will be your actual database. So in the next lecture, we will go into that on how you can, well, remember, like canisters, like right now, like this canister, if I deploy it live, it can like store up to 100 gig of data. So you can say it's like its own database on its own. So
Oh, okay.
exactly. So you don't need to. The point is to actually remove the hassles
Database, the
of
that
using
hassle we go through.
exactly of using Web2 databases.
Yes,
You see,
yes.
the
Okay.
configuration of Web2 database, whatever, everything will be stored in your canister. Let me show you a sneak peek of some of the actual projects. Show you something. So okay. So this is an actual NFT project, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is actually storing a lot of data of users and whatever. And in Web2, when you have tables, here, you have these state variables that are storing your data, and then with your corresponding data types with the fields you want for your whatever information you are storing in your canister. So in the next lecture, we'll get deeper into that on how your code is actually preserved in canisters and how you can upgrade your canister code or whatever. So yeah, we'll get into that, including front-end integration using internet identity, etc. So yeah, don't worry, it will be all covered in the next.
Okay.
next
Okay.
lecture.
So here we are basically storing in canisters. It's not like in Web2.
Yeah,
Everything that you are doing is stored in just
exactly.
the canister you are using.
Exactly.
Okay.
The canisters are your databases and
Okay.
they
Okay.
are your databases, and they store your logic, your business logic as well.
Okay, sir. Yo, that is a huge load off the shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Canisters are like very
Yes,
fast.
sir. They make things easier because if
Exactly.
we're now dealing with databases and all the likes, so the headaches will be going through.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So yeah, Mr. Andrew, do you have any question? Or you agree?
Not really, apart from maybe just looking at today's exercise. I don't know when we'll be able to look at it, because I kind of just want to go through it in my own time.
Okay.
Because I was trying to catch up while you're also typing. Yeah. I think I have maybe one or two typos somewhere, which I'm not sure.
Or
Other than that, not so much. All I can say is you really hammered myself during this lesson, because that was a lot.
okay.
Yeah. But other than that, not so much questions.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So I will share this code I was going through in the group so you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's meet in the evening, guys. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you. You as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.